Pretty pink out there. I think today's the 8th. I'm not sure. 7th or the 8th. I'll put the correct date with a notation on the video screen. Yeah. Pretty pink sky out there. Interesting sky. I think today's the 9th. Boy, when I went out to drive, it was like driving in a war zone, man. Jesuits everywhere. I'm going for a bit of a late walk today. Today is the 10th and my allergies are horrible. It's like I have to blow my nose every 5 minutes. I don't know what that Loree McBride has done, but I believe today is the 12th, and as you can see, it's pink. When I woke up this morning, my nose was stuffed, and I was wearing Breathe Right nasal strips too. So these are these guys here. The worst of it is today is over here. As you can see, it's pink. This is I would say to the west, which means she's dropping it over Florida, not just over the Atlantic Ocean, like maybe around the winter, just south of Orlando. So she's this, and I've had symptoms for the past. It was like this yesterday too, except yesterday the Atlantic Ocean side looked kind of like this. It smells like smoke, and let me tell you, Loree McBride is a pyromaniac. She loves to set fires, so I suspect she's behind this. And I have some symptoms today, like I feel like I've got like irritable bowel. So it's very smoky today, very, very smoky. I'm going to go for my walk. That smoke, man. Look at that smoke. Looks like this Loree McBride's a pyromaniac. She probably set fires here. That wind, wow, and I'm coughing too. Whatever's in the air is making me cough. Yeah, I've been coughing for about the past couple hours. Loree McBride has definitely done something. Does kind of look like penis clouds too, you know? All around here, looks like penis clouds. Loree McBride, she needs to go, man. Keep listening to those sling stones and lightning bolt videos. We need to take her out, man. That woman is evil. She is evil. Look at this. Look at this. Suspicious looking clouds. Right there. Suspicious looking clouds. Evil. That smoke. Woo! She set a fire around here somewhere. A brush fire. Loree McBride is famous for fires. She almost killed Vladimir Putin. She set a fire to a high-rise in Moscow. Vladimir was in the building. He barely escaped with his life, and his comrade died. You can see why Vladimir executes Jesuits. That cloud there, that looks like a Nukaki right there. That too. Yep. Yep. These appear to be Jesuit kids to the right of me. I'm just going to ignore them. So right here, this is yeah, that's a Nukaki. See that? A Nukaki. Those are Nukaki clouds. Right there. Take a look at that smoke, man. Take a look at that smoke. There's smoke everywhere here. Smoke. Nukaki right there. Windy, man. Windy, windy. This is almost like, I don't know, it feels like a hurricane's about to come, you know? Phew. Windy.
Rate, and it's just catching everything on fire. There's no way to describe it other than just seeing it. And
there are literally dozens of firefighters out here, and they'll probably be working through the night. On scene in Polk County, Rick Elmhorst, News 13.
Continuing our team coverage in Brevard County, where fire crews are battling an estimated 50-acre brush fire in western Palm Bay. The flames and smoke are being aided by strong, steady winds that have been in the area for most of the day. News 13's Greg Palone has more.
the winds, and they're picked up all day. It's just been getting worse and worse.
Sarah Ron and her 4 small children live about a quarter-mile from the area known as the Compound, a desolate, never-developed area of West Palm Bay. That's where a several-acre brush fire broke out Wednesday afternoon. Its growth helped by 25 to 30 mile-per-hour winds that developed in southern Brevard County.
The fact that it's heading our way, you know, you just can't help but just be on alert.
Fire crews from Palm Bay and Florida Forestry surrounded the fire, this as it jumped canals, fueled by steady winds. A Brevard Sheriff's Office helicopter flew over to gauge the size of the fire, unable to use large water buckets to help fight it due to the strong winds. This wasn't the first brush fire breaking out this day. Crews knocked down a wind-aided flare-up off Driftwood Street in Palm Bay, but then the focus moved to the larger brush fire as smoke filled the area.
It's worrisome, so we're just kind of keeping an eye out.
In Brevard County, Greg Pallone, News 13.
Believe me, I was coughing.
At this point, officials say the fire is 90% contained, but they will monitor, especially as the winds continue into the evening. The state attorney's office released the formal around. Temperatures will be slow to drop. So 5 a.m. around 60 degrees. The next few hours, as we clear away those clouds and drop our winds, we're actually going to get down into the mid to low 50s. And a look here at our wind speeds as we head into the afternoon. They're going to be much lower than what we dealt with today. But notice the arrows here. To start out today, they're out of the
terrible today. We have brush fires.
So that's pulling in those cooler conditions to start out the day. And it will continue to do so as we head into the afternoon. So for today, we got into the mid to low 80s. Tomorrow, high temperatures only around 70 degrees. And actually, that's going to stick around for Friday before we warm back up this weekend. So decreasing clouds tonight with some lower winds.
Oh, my eyes are watering. And I've been coughing, too. Whatever, it's those fires. Oh, I went shopping today at Walmart, and oh, goodness, it was horrible. I was coughing in the store, and when I drove out on the road, they were just, you could see the smoke everywhere. It was making my eyes water. My eyes are watering right now. So they don't have those fires down yet. You need to keep listening to the weapons videos. It's been crazy. On the 10th, Loree McBride dropped a yeast bomb over my town, and I always know it's a yeast bomb because I get a runny nose, and it runs like, it comes out of my nose like water, like a water fountain. It's so bad that I have to blow my nose like every 5 minutes. If not, the mucus will drop down to the carpet. It just comes out like a fountain. It's horrible. And then in the evening, I had like mild asthma, which is very unusual for me. I didn't like that. Loree McBride did this with her yeast bomb. She's a killer. I wouldn't be surprised if some asthmatics might have had to go to the emergency room that day. So, and I'm still, and about 4 days after the yeast bomb, that was on the 10th, I had itchy eyes because I got a yeast sinus infection, an eye infection from the yeast bomb. And I told Zack Knight, if any of you out there are suffering from Loree McBride's yeast bombs, just contact Zack Knight at gailsmen@yahoo.com, and he will give you some of his, it's like an antibiotic semen. It's the best medicine out there for anybody who has this problem. So I'm just telling you, but we still, that's the day I made the weapons video where we use lightning bolts as well as, you might say, maybe we shouldn't do the lightning bolts. Maybe the lightning bolts are causing the fires. I may be wrong, but my lightning bolts only hit the Antichrist. I don't think they're causing fires, but Loree McBride's a pyromaniac. She doesn't need lightning bolts to start a fire. She's like when we had her in trial, in the Quebec trial, she had a flame torch that she just pulled out of her pocket, and she flashed it onto Judge Tarantz's eyebrows and actually singed off his eyebrows and killed some people in the courtroom. She's a pyromaniac. She kills people with fire. She doesn't need lightning bolts to start a fire. I think my Gail shield kind of held her off, so she wasn't able to get as close to me as she wanted, but she was able. I don't know how she's doing it, whether she's using robots or what, but keep listening to the weapons videos. I think that we are damaging her, because as bad as these fires are, the 10th was worse when she dropped the yeast bomb. And I think she might have had an invisibility shield in the sky so that we couldn't see what she was doing. But I do have some blessings. I've got a friend at Patreon who's been ordering some stuff for me, and my shoes, my walking shoes, the ones that my lightning bolt shoes, I don't need them anymore to shoot lightning bolts at Zack Knight because he's on our side. So I walk so much. I walk like 40 minutes a day. So my shoes I got them in March 2015. Jesus personally delivered them, and I ordered the exact same shoes, and I had my friend, my Patreon friend, she bought them for me, so I should get them pretty soon. My left ankle is starting to hurt, and that's because I'm wearing off the bottom unevenly, so it's kind of twisting my ankle when I walk. So it's time for me to get new shoes. I also use some orthotics from Atrex, which really work good for me. But I do have troublesome feet, but I have to keep obeying the Gail commandments. Loree McBride didn't mess with one of my orders. My Patreon fan ordered a bathroom shelf that I put over the toilet so I can get some of my stuff off the floor. I'm organizing my place, and I didn't get all the parts. I didn't get the bolts that you need to put it together. And when I first called, it was a honey can-do shelf that she ordered from Walmart. When I first called Honey Can Do, nobody was answering their number, and I sent them an email. It took them a week to respond. I think it's because I sent an email to my men and said, I think Loree McBride might have taken over this company. And finally, the next 2 days later, I was able to call the number and talk to somebody. But this morning when I called, I said, can you send me like an email proof that you've shipped this? And she said she would do that, but I never got the email. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know what happens, whether I get my parts. So my place is looking so much more organized. But I just want to talk about the fires. Here's see this right down here? She ordered that for me. So this is where I keep my fabrics. You can't see it real good here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, my fabrics. I used to have a box there, so that's an improvement. And then over here, I got it right there. See, you can see there's another one. I'm keeping fabrics over there. There's my new television set, and there's my bookshelf. So, and the new lamps. So my place is starting to look like a home, not like a temporary hangout, thanks to my friend. There's a new microwave my men got for me for Christmas. And there's another lamp there. I bought this vacuum cleaner myself. I like this one because when Loree drops a yeast bomb, I can clean it. So and that helps to take the allergens out of the air. It's not an allergy vacuum cleaner, but I'm able to clean it. I like this kind. Plus, I don't have to waste money on bags. It's a bagless. My I don't know. Those are the files she ordered for me. You can see the Honey Can Do. There's the box. I'm waiting for the parts. And so anyways. And then I also got Loree McBride's busy being a bad girl. She's a killer. She's just a bad girl, and she won't. She's trying to get out. She gets Jesuits. There are two kinds. I told Zack Knight this. There are two kinds of Jesuits in the world. This is from my walk. Two kinds. There were the kinds who were on a mission, and those Jesuits have pretty much come over to Zack Knight's side. And then you have the Jesuits who just enjoy a life of crime. And they live high on the hog, living off of stolen income, and that's Loree McBride. She's any Jesuits who don't want to stop their life of crime. See, Zack Knight and Rule 13, the leaders, were on a mission. So they had a little bit of unselfishness in some of their motives for why they were a Jesuit. They felt like Jesus was unfair. That's because they didn't really know him as well as I know him. Jesus is never unfair. But anyways, so, they didn't understand him. They thought he was an unfair cock blocker and that he just wasn't fair. So anyways, the ones that were on a mission, they're over on Zack Knight's side. The selfish ones, they are, you know, they're with Loree McBride.